You are listening to the Tuesday Review. I am Nathan, as always, joined by Alan. How you going, Alan? What's made you happy in the last week?
I am good, thank you. I'm struggling to see what's... The Godfather's made me happy in the last week.
He's been watching some peak cinema.
Yeah.
Also joined by James. How you going, James? What's made you happy in the last week?
I don't think I have anything specific. Just movies and food, as usual, is the only thing keeping me going.
Fair. And the Tuesday Review.
Yeah.
The boys.
Yeah.
As for me, what's made me happy is, I don't know. It's been tough rewatching the Godfather movies.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll get straight into it. That's made me happy because I watched the... How did you watch it? Did you watch a streaming version or do you have a disc?
I watched the Netflix version for both. The Godfather 1, I think, was just 1080p, nothing special. The Netflix version of Godfather 2 allegedly was 4K. Allegedly. Yeah. And definitely looked crisper than, number one.
Myself and James have the collector's edition, the special 4K. big box version.
Physical, yeah.
And it kind of made me happy to put that on. I get to open it, enjoy it for the first time. I've never touched it before. And it's like a big, massive box. And it's got the book and the artwork and the pictures and all the bells and whistles and whatnot. And I watched the 4K discs.
Looks
and
amazing.
I had a really good time. Looks really nice.
Yeah.
And the Dolby Vision kind of video and the Dolby Atmos audio and all those kinds of shenanigans and whatnot. Well, it doesn't have the Atmos, but the good Dolby track.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed listening to it with the ghetto surround sound system that we have at home, just a cheap entry level kind of surround sound. And I got a lot out of it. I really enjoyed my time. So I guess we'll get straight into it.
I think for context, because Alan,
was raised under a rock.
Yeah. So he hasn't seen a lot of like classic movies that, when we talk about them on the show, I think you always hear us go, Alan, have you seen that? And you're like, oh, no. And then it's like, oh, you have to see that. So Godfather, of course, was one of those movies in your sort of blind spot or whatever that you had to catch up on. So I guess from your point of view, not having like the same cinematic upbringing that maybe we had, I don't know, maybe just give us your opinions on The Godfather.
First of all, let's introduce the filmmaker himself, right? He's a man of many talents. He made Finian's Rainbow, The Rain People. He did One from the Heart, Rumblefish, The Cotton Club,
Jack.
Captain EO. He made Jack.
Captain EO, that's an important one. That's about it, yeah? He didn't make any other good movies?
Yeah.
Francis Ford.
Tucker, The Man in His Dreams.
That's a good movie.
I've never seen it.
It's actually really good.
So Youth Without Youth, Tetro, Twixt. So he's made a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And he made a couple others.
And of course, Megalopolis, his best film.
But he made a few movies in his time.
We jest. Francis Ford Coppola, I think I've talked about this before because Apocalypse Now is, if I had to gun to my head, choose Apocalypse Now as my favorite movie of all time.
He has made some of the best movies in cinema.
I've talked about before his run in the 70s with The Godfather, The Conversation, Godfather 2, and Apocalypse Now.
Quite possibly
like unrivaled.
It's quite possibly the best run any director has ever had.
Yeah,
in
I
filmmaking.
mean, even Scorsese, I don't think had a better consecutive.
I mean, it's masterpiece after masterpiece of a level which you can't quantify.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, how do you beat that? You can't beat that. You can at best you can be level with it.
Yeah.
So he achieved peak
excellence
in his craft.
Exactly, and then
he may have lost it in the later years.
He never really reclaimed it, but
you can't take that away from him.
It's like when you've got if he just made The Godfather and nothing else, he would still be like one of the greatest directors of all time.
Exactly. It's like what Shia LaBeouf says. You ask, Francis Ford Coppola calls you.
Yeah.
It's like, you're a retired actor. No, you're not.
Yeah. Well, if he wants you to play a tree, you say yes.
Yeah, that's it. So it's obviously that's probably a bad example with Shia LaBeouf, but it's one of those things where it's like the man still has his pull, and sure, his movies may have dropped in quality or may have some suspiciously bad movies, but you can't take these classics away from the man. And Alan hadn't seen many of these before.
No, I have not. Still not.
Well, you haven't. Have you seen Apocalypse Now? No.
So maybe that's next on the list.
Maybe
that and The Conversation. They're his 4 important movies, I would argue.
4 of the best movies ever. 4 of the best 70s movies.
And considering he made these one after the other.
Yeah, I think Conversation and Godfather 2 came out in the same year.
That's insane.
Yeah. So just incredible. I think Nathan, in your most recent Letterboxd review of the first Godfather, I can't remember what word you used, but you're like,
oh, it's ineffable. You can't overstate the importance the Godfather made to the culture moving forward.
Yeah,
you can't overstate it.
It's
you could write a thesis talking about its impact on every single facet of entertainment media, 100%. Gangster rappers, music in general, like just the
crime drama.
It popularized gangster in the media, like the organized crime mafioso kind of.
And I guess it sort of invented the way the mafia is shown in movies.
Yeah.
I mean, there had been mafia movies before, but it's like, this was like, ever since The Godfather, I was like, oh, this is how it's done. Even if it's not true to life, it's like every mafia movie after that, like, took after The Godfather. It was like, oh, this is it. You have the Don, and then you have the. It's like
it made a mark that can't be erased from popular culture.
Yeah.
And the second one did the same thing to a lesser extent. Obviously, it followed on the work of the first one.
Yeah, but still, I mean, making a sequel is always difficult.
And making a sequel as good, if not better than the first one.
I mean, I'd say most people say the second one is better. I personally prefer the first one, but
I can see why.
That doesn't mean that the second one isn't also one of the greatest movies ever made.
I think the first one is... They're both long movies, and they don't feel their length. But the first one, he has a simpler narrative. It's kind of more straightforward.
I guess so.
The second one gets not bogged down, but it involves more complicated narratives.
Yeah.
There's the prequel sequel element. There's the Cuba. There's the government issue. Like there's more. There's more going on. Yeah. And the first one is kind of just simple.
Simple's probably not the right word, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
Straightforward.
Yeah.
It's definitely not simple.
So having said all that, Alum, you didn't really have the context of, the Francis Ford Coppola's other movies, or you don't have a lot of context for the classic movies of the 70s. But obviously you knew The Godfather. It's like such a cultural phenomenon.
Best part for me was I'd see scenes in there and I'm like, hey, I saw this on The Simpsons.
I was going to say,
I saw
now
this
you
on Family Guy,
the memes,
Now you understand when Homer is walking down the street with the white suit. And he's like,
They do that in
this donut.
They've done that in so many. They did that in How I Met Your Mother with Marshall.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, so many parodies.
The rooftop scene in Godfather 2.
That is next level.
That's probably my favorite scene out of both films.
When I was watching The Godfather Part 2 last night, I was watching these scenes. I'm like, how much would that cost if they were to do it today? Like, how would they get away with doing this today?
This is my...
Like, the whole festival scene, you got, like, probably 1,000 people on the street partying.
In
you got
costumes.
You got Robert De Niro being peak Robert De Niro, doing Robert De Niro things.
Yeah.
In period costumes. Yeah. Like, there's a lot going on. I don't know. They would struggle to do it today.
This is the thing. Every time we do an episode, and I'm like, we always talk about movies aren't as good as they used to, and they're not...
This is a good example. If it was done today, it would just be green screen backgrounds.
Yeah.
And like just green screen costumes.
Yeah. It's
filmmaking craft in this movie is...
Yeah. I mean, but also because The Godfather is one of the greats, both 1 and 2, it's like, it's also then a step above. So not only is it during a time in filmmaking where they did stuff like this practically, but then it's like, oh, but this is the best of the best in terms of that.
Yeah, so let's talk us through your experience, Mr. Deep. How did you find watching the first one? Does it feel dated to you?
It does feel,
especially because, sorry, Alan, just because you know all the parodies and the references in Simpsons. It's like now going back to the source, you can lose a lot of its.
It can lose
power,
power, but at the same time, like I think it held it, but it did feel dated. Like no doubt, it's a film that was, I guess, made and shown in the 70s. And it's based in what, the 50s or the late 40s?
Yeah, 40s to 50s.
46. Yeah. Well, it starts in 46.
Yeah.
So like
I think
it does in a way feel its age, but obviously it has a magic that transcends its age. And like there were certain story beats. I'm like, this guy's gonna get killed now, or this is gonna happen. Like you can kind of predict those story beats.
Also, the version you were watching on Netflix, you said you reckon it was just standard HD. How did it look?
It looked pretty clean.
It looked pretty clean.
Yeah, like not as good as number 2 because obviously I'm assuming whatever print they've got for number 2 was more restored.
Yeah,
being the 4K. But I don't doubt that it would have been, because it was at least HD, it would have been a restored kind of copy.
Yeah. It's interesting to me, James. Have you seen the extended versions of The Godfather Part 1 and 2 where they put in the chronological edition?
I've got it, but I never actually sat down and watched it all.
There's a version, right? It's called the chronological cut or something like that, where it's both movies set, the story plays chronologically. So it would start.
So the prequel scenes in the second movie, that's the start. It goes through all young Vito and then. But
there's a ton of deleted scenes, and they've shown this movie at festivals and stuff like that, this cut, and it's like 9 hours long.
Damn.
Because there's tons of deleted scenes they put in, and I'd just be interested to see how it paces. Probably not very well.
Yeah, because they played it on TV once back in the day, or not once, a couple times back in the day. And I think they released it on VHS maybe once, but it was never really a true version.
Yeah.
So they never released it properly. So a lot of those deleted scenes are like much inferior quality. Like you'll go from a good looking, film scene to then like an old VHS scene. So, I mean, it would be awesome if they could restore that whole cut.
So it breaks the illusion a little bit if you're going like...
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an amazing way to watch it. But yeah, that should just only be a...
That's a novelty.
That's like, after you've seen the originals, then you watch that cut.
Because, I mean, the first one is 2.5 and the second one is like 3.5 or give or take.
Yeah, 3 hours and 15
so I'm like,
or something.
That's what... So there's like 3 hours of added footage, I guess?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember how long... the version I have is.
But yeah, it's like 9 hours or something for the complete version, but that's crazy.
Or is that the version with the third movie? I think that's the version with the third.
No, that was just the first two. I was doing some Wikipedia scrolling, and it was like the complete version with just the first two.
Yeah.
Jeez, imagine adding the third one in as well.
Oh my god. Well, no one needs to see that.
No.
Actually, after Alan watched, we were like, just don't watch the third one. It's not worth it.
I'll get around to it eventually, but it's not a priority.
Have you ever seen it, Nathan?
No.
It's not.
Everyone tells me not to watch it, so I was like, I'll put it off.
I've watched it. I've watched the original theatrical version at least once, maybe twice. I can't remember. And then I watched the new Coda cut.
Which one should I watch?
The Coda is better.
It's better.
But that doesn't mean it's good. It's still bad, and I wouldn't recommend anyone watch it. Okay. So, like, Alan, even if you're, like, curious, like, it's not really worth...
There are better things to watch. Yeah.
Watch The Conversation or Apocalypse Now instead.
Exactly. Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll get back into it. So, yeah, watching it for the first time, you noticed all the memes, and you can now appreciate all the memes and the jokes. And
you come to me on the day my daughter's to be married. Come and ask me for murder. And you just see that in like anything and everything. The horse scene, my god, like the Simpsons.
Horse head,
the horse head where like Lisa's got the pony in her bed. Just
also the bit where he puts the orange peel in his mouth and he's chasing his grandson.
And the garden,
they do in the Simpsons too.
Yeah, they do it a lot everywhere.
Yeah,
as we were discussing, the mark on the culture is strong. Yeah,
it is crazy. Like there were,
and the scene where Lisa gets a boyfriend and it's Fat Tony's son.
Yeah, that was more one of the recent seasons.
That's and then right at the end he like shuts the office door.
He's like,
Lisa.
never asked me about my
business.
And then he's just playing with the cars. He's like, vroom, vroom.
Yeah. So it's everywhere.
Yeah, like, and this might be more related to the age and era of the film. Was, I guess, one of the characters I discussed that I was quite disappointed in was Luca Brasi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we mentioned it last week.
He, he's mentioned by Michael to, what's his white girlfriend?
Kay?
Yes.
Yeah. Diane Keaton.
She's not from the culture,
No, she's a white.
Yeah,
she's a white Irish or whatever.
Yeah, he has to explain things. He's like, Luca Brasi, held a gun to his head for how many whatever minutes and said either your brain's going to be on the paper or the signature, whatever. Like, Luca Brasi is kind of built up to me as like this big,
You were expecting him to be more of a character?
Yeah, like he's a man of few words, but at the very least he gets shit done. And unfortunately, you have to rely on the historical context where he's gotten shit done.
Yeah.
Because he really doesn't in the film.
Well, I think one, he's just the heavy.
Yeah.
But also,
everyone knows him from Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes.
Yeah, but I think...
Because maybe it's because he was a big old wrestler in the olden days, and that's why, like, just having him as that formidable presence.
He's the heavy, and it's like he does all the dirty work for the Don and whatever, and he's obviously a simple-minded person, as you see in like the opening where he's rehearsing what to say.
Lines,
and it's just kind of like he's very loyal, but he's not he's not a sharp leader type. He's the muscle. So when they send him to do a job, he gets it done, but he's not making any plans.
No.
But then when he is killed, it's like, all right, now you know things serious because one of their best men has been taken out, and you know this is war.
Yeah.
So
maybe I wanted a more dramatic death for him. That like if he's the heavy, he's like their big guy. I wanted there were like 3 people around him that took him down. Technically, it was.
I love that bit where they stab him in the hand. It's
but I wanted to see like him still.
That's a great scene.
I'd rather have him like them had to struggle to still get him down, to be the true heavy.
You still wanted to put up.
Yeah, but then it will be larger than life.
Yeah, that's what I like about.
The man's a wrestler. He's allegedly 2 meters tall. Clearly, he's got to be larger than life.
But that's what I love about the movie.
Yeah.
It's not
so grounded.
It's grounded. It's gritty. It's like there's no like. I mean, there's shootouts, but it's not like an action movie
like
or
bloody forehead Corleone. His
forehead. As the boys always say, everyone wants to be Michael, but we're all Fredo.
Yeah. No, he absolute disappointment. That just like again, story beats where I'm like the moment Vito's driver doesn't show up, and you can tell Forehead's a bit on the simpler side as well.
Yeah,
he's like, "Don't worry, Dad, we'll go," and I'm like, "This guy's not got it."
Yeah.
And then, he's like, I'm going to get some groceries or vegetables or whatever, fruits.
The oranges.
Yeah. And I'm like, he's going to get shot now. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't pay enough attention.
That was in Seinfeld. Didn't they do that bit in Seinfeld?
Yeah, they do.
With the oranges?
Yeah. I didn't pay enough attention when I was watching it. I should have. Is the fruit market the same place in the fruit market in the second one where he worked? Is it the same location?
It might be because his office is in the Gennaro
oil.
Yeah, which is where he goes in the second
next time I watch it, I'm going to pay attention to like the shop front and see like, is it meant to be like the same business? And he's just old man, he still goes to the same fruit shop.
Yeah, everyone knows each other.
And that's why they knew to ambush him there. But I'm like, he's going to get shot here. And you see, Forehead just absolutely fumbles his gun.
I feel sorry for him.
I don't.
Really? Even in the second movie?
I feel sorry for him in the first movie.
Yeah.
In the second movie, he deserves it.
In the second movie, I'm like,
I know what you did.
Yeah, but
that infamous scene.
Yeah.
That's such a classic scene, Al Pacino scene.
Just a kiss of death. Be like, it's passed over. I'm smart. I'm like,
I'm smart.
Enjoy your privilege, Fredo. Just live a nice, quiet life, mate.
Yeah, go to Vegas, hang out with
just bang the waitresses. Yeah. Just enjoy your life.
For all its faults, Game of Thrones and that scene between Tywin Lannister and Joffrey Baratheon, Joffrey the bastard, where he's like, I am the king. And Tywin has to say, no man who has to say I am the king will be respected as the king. Yeah. And that rings true to so many like scenes everywhere when he's like, I'm smart. I could have been the boss. It's like, no, you couldn't have. Dude, like exactly. Like you wouldn't have had to say that, sir. They would have told you, hey, Frodo, you're up. Yeah. You're in charge. But you were a disappointment, and you need to hear that from someone.
And I think, it's smart because it's like all the brothers have their own unique characteristics. Obviously, it's based off a book, right? So the book obviously builds these characters into well-rounded, fleshed-out characters. And it's a very good adaptation because I don't feel like any of the characters are simple. Like they're not, all the characters are the individuals. They all have like their archetype, but they're all complicated too. Yeah. It's like Fredo obviously is the jealous, fragile kind of, feels like he's been passed over kind of guy. Sonny, or what's his name? What's his actual name? Santino. Yeah. He's, the kind of cocky, aggressive, kind of go-getter. And Michael's just the depressed war hero guy.
Like, again,
the reluctant leader.
The reluctant leader. When you see him, like, he's got his war uniform on when he's at his sister's wedding. Yeah. He's just a straight guy. He went to college. Maybe he deferred, whatever. Went to the military. He's not interested in the family.
I mean, that's the whole crux of the movies is like he was never supposed to be in that life, but then the war started and Sonny died, and it's like
to step up.
Yeah,
and then the old
and then
how they massacred my boy.
That's
look how they massacred my boy. So good.
Marlon Brando's so good. He was what, like 45 when he did that movie?
Yeah, he looked old in that movie.
They did really great makeup.
Yeah.
He's so, and the performance of course.
Again, like
when he still cared. Enough to get the job done.
I think he was still hard to work with, but he
was he reading lines off whatchamacallit's chest?
Reading lines off orange peels.
No. I wouldn't be surprised. I know in a lot of his later movies he would just read like cue cards or whatever.
Somebody was telling me that it was damn it, I forgot his name. Robert Duvall.
Oh,
Tom Hagen. There's a scene where he's like literally just staring at his chest and reading the lines of his chest. I missed that because I literally didn't recognize Robert Duvall in the first one.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, he must be in the next film. Because I'm thinking of old man Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
And like, he's young enough and has enough up here. At the,
He's got just a little tiny bit of hair.
Wait,
that completely changes.
Yeah, because when I start watching the second one, I'm like, wait a second.
That's Tom. Yeah.
I'm like, they didn't change the actor. It's the same guy. He just got old and bald.
his hair.
I do like my own personal headcanon is in the first scene near the end of the closer to the end of the first movie when Marlon Brando is going to pass away, whatever. He's getting old, whatever. Yeah. And he's like, I've been drinking too much vino, whatever it is. Like, I've been drinking too much. I'm like, that's just Marlon Brando. He's just like,
that wasn't in the script.
Too much, you know. I'm like, oh, I've been drinking.
I've been eating too much.
I've been drinking too much.
I'm gonna get so fat.
Yeah, and it's just like
you see.
And then Francis is just like, leave it in. That suits it.
Oh, actually, wait. When you do Alan, when you do watch Apocalypse Now, we got more Brando, even more Brando stories. He's a real character.
That's for sure. Yeah, the first one is just great on its own, and I feel like the second one almost like it's hard to compare, but it almost.
If you said it's better than the first one, I wouldn't argue. I like the first one a bit more, but when I watch them, I always watch them back to back. I always make sure
it's one movie essentially.
Yeah,
right?
I always make sure. I'm like, if I'm going to watch The Godfather, I'm going to like cut out like 7 hours of the day, and I'm going to watch 1 and 2. I never watch just one. Like
if you were to ask me right now, I would probably say number one's slightly higher for me in terms of ranking. Like number 2 pulls so well with the prequel scenes.
The prequel scenes are my favorite part of the second.
I think the peaks of 2 probably exceed the peaks of 1.
Yes.
Because like just in the filmmaking aspect of it, I'm like just the festival scenes, the scope.
Even Cuba.
Like there are moments that I feel like just in terms of the filmmaking, they eclipse number 1 for me. And with the surround sound that I was talking about before, like the festival scene, it was so well layered. Like you had different like festival sounds coming from different speakers.
And the whole memes and everything else referencing it is probably enriching the experience in a way. Because I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like at Chris Griffin, like tailing him and being like, because his school principal's the Don in this, and he's trying to get back into school. Because they sent him to vocational school, which is apparently a lot of Italians do vocational school in the States.
Okay,
and so because they sent him to there, like he becomes kind of a don. They parody a scene of Goodfellas, the boot stabbing scene.
Oh yeah,
they parody that scene earlier on in the episode, and then he has to get back into school. So he kind of tails.
Have you seen Goodfellas?
Yes.
Okay, so that one.
Oh, good. Otherwise, we have to pause this recording right now and turn on the telly.
That's your next
like
assignment.
the prison scene where he's slicing the garlic with
the razor blade.
Don't put too many onions. You know? But anyway, he basically follows the principal in the whole scene, repeats it, and then he's instead of a gun, I think he might actually have a gun. But he's like, "What do you got there?" And he's like, "A guy who says who's let me back to school says what?" And the principal's like, "What?" He's like, gotcha. See you Monday. Because the principal gets his parents earlier on in the episode with the parents of a failing child say what? And Peter says what? And so he gets them back. And I'm like, look, it can be parodied so well, that scene, that it's very clearly a very violent and kind of overall like cultural scene, we'll call it. But where I guess Vito finally, not cements himself, but at least pulls that final trigger of I'm in this.
Yeah.
And I'm in the violent part of it.
I love how he wraps the thing he wraps the gun in the thing and then it like catches on fire.
I think one of the things
he like undoes the bulb. It's so you remember we were talking, was it last week, about Pluribus, or whenever we were talking about Pluribus, and it was like Vince Gilligan, like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. It's like you see people planning and like then enacting that plan and then like problem solving. That whole scene is like no dialogue. It's just him enacting his plan. Yeah. It's so awesome.
One of the things I think makes the part 2 so strong is that the character arcs of both Vito, as you see him growing into the organized crime kind of world, and he's still a good man at his heart. He tries to do the right thing by people. Well, that's at least initially.
That's the great thing about the second movie is we've got the prequel scenes with young Vito and then the current day scenes with Michael. And it's like the contrast between how they run the business and how they treat their family.
Exactly. And that's one of the things I liked. It's kind of like, it's the aspirations Vito had for life and the aspirations Michael have life, and they're completely different.
Yeah.
And it's like you see Vito's a genuinely, at least he tried to be a genuinely good person, right?
Yeah. And he always took his family. Even if he was going to go kill a guy, he would take his family.
He's like, it's a family outing.
And
that's plausible deniability from the coppers.
And,
like, why would I take my family killing?
And just Michael, just over the course of the movie, turns into a giant piece of shit.
He alienates everyone. Yeah, I mean, that's what's so great about the ending of Godfather 2, where Michael's just sitting alone and kind of reflecting, which is just another reason why Godfather 3 is so unnecessary and just not good. It's because you already had an ending.
Yeah, so I think it was, again, it's a perfect duology.
Yeah, 100%. Like, nothing, there are very few movies that come even close to being as great as those.
Yeah. And, you know, of course.
Everyone needs a Tom Hagen in their life, though.
They do.
The man just sorts
That's
things
another
out.
thing. And Michael, you know, alienated Tom as well. And it's like,
so
he needed Tom.
I guess on that, do you think part of it, especially later on, is when Kay lets Michael know that she had an abortion? Because Tom's the one that tells him that Kay had a miscarriage. Is it...
Tom's not heartless. And I think he wanted to protect Kay.
Yeah.
Protect Kay and also protect...
and protect Michael to an extent,
It's just like, does Michael hold that against him? Like, you knew that she had an abortion and...
I think so.
Yeah.
So he feels like it's a betrayal.
He's like, oh, you're going to take that job in Vegas? He's like, why are you doing this to me, Michael? I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
I think...
I'm not saying I'm a Tom Hagen, but I feel like, done Tom Hagen-y things in my
conciliary.
Yeah. I think the thing about Michael with Tom is that Tom is like a vestige and like a remnant of, we'll say, the previous administration, doing things a little bit more with the family in mind, a little bit more, not caring.
The fact that Tom was like the adopted son, but was treated like family, and then once Vito died, he was like, became more and less part of the family again.
Tom is a symbol of Vito, essentially, right? And how Vito ran things. And because Vito and Tom were inseparable, right? So it's kind of like Michael wants to run things differently. He wants to treat it more like a business. And then it's like, well, he can't also be listening to Tom to do that.
Yeah.
So there's conflict. Such a great movie.
So good.
Yeah. And like, I had to look up on my phone. I'm like, wait. So they're doing Cuba? And I'm like, wait, like the, what do you call it? The coup leader stepping down.
The revolution,
on like New Year's Day and stuff, and the revolution going on. I'm like, wait, so this is just like, actually they're just putting straight up history in this, not...
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool overall, just having, you know, the whole Cuban crisis.
And I guarantee you there were mafiosos involved in Cuba before Cuba got shut down like that.
Oh, yeah.
Would have been a great time.
Yeah.
That's what the boys would do if they had time travel. Where would you go? I'd go to Cuba in like 1960. Yeah, party. No, we wouldn't.
No, before 1960. I think the 50s was a good...
Yeah, the 50s would be good.
Yeah.
Right after like the coup takes place, and then right before the freedom fighters get too serious. I find that sweet spot where there's not too much bombing going on, and not too much fighting.
Before Castro.
Yeah.
But so also extra points for the first one because they say gabagool.
Yeah.
At the start of the party.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Yeah, leave the gun.
Clemenza.
Yeah.
See, okay, so I have to go on my little... So I love Godfather 2. It's one of the greatest of all time. But Clemenza was originally supposed to be the one who betrays the family. You know, Frankie Five Angels.
Yes,
who he ends up like he's going to testify against the family or whatever. That was supposed to be Clemenza. And I think Godfather 2 would have been so much better if Clemenza was that character. But apparently the actor wanted way too much money, and he wanted like script approval, and he wanted him and his girlfriend to like write all their lines.
Because I was wondering, I'm like, why is this old man being the...
Yeah, and so they had to introduce Frankie Five Angels, who comes in and is like, Clemenza's dead, and he's wearing the black armband, and then he takes over. But it's still an amazing character, an amazing movie. It's just a little bit of a shame that if they could carry Clemenza, like the impact of that would have been so much more powerful, especially at the end when he decides not to go through with it.
Because his brother's sitting there looking at him.
Yeah, he was like, they shipped him out from Italy just so he could give him like puppy dog sad like disappointment face.
Disappointment, and also I guess I'd say there was a vague threat in it, right? Of like, you know.
Yeah, but it's also like the
and part of the rules of
is it omerta? Is that the rule? Like you don't speak. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, code of silence.
Joe Spinell in
so good. Yeah,
it's him in the second one.
Yeah.
more. I noticed him more in the second one than the first one.
Yeah.
Apparently he's in both.
Yeah.
I love that
Small.
actor.
I mean, I love this. That's another thing I love about both movies is there are small roles of like background-ish characters who, like you see them reoccurring, and you might not know their name, but you know their face, and then they come back in the second movie. So it's like it feels like this real family, this real business.
What's the actor? He I'm pretty sure it's the same actor. He's also in The Sopranos. He's in it too.
Damn it, he's right here somewhere.
He's the old man.
Tony Sirico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in it too.
Oh, sorry, not Tony Sirico's in it.
Oh, he's in both. Yeah, he's in it too.
More importantly, it's
I didn't know Tony Sirico was in Godfather Part II.
Junior Sopranos in number 2.
Yeah, so they're both in it. Yeah,
he's the Jewish man's right hand man, I guess you'd say.
Oh, Hyman Roth.
Yeah, Hyman.
Yeah.
Roth.
Nothing better than a good gangster movie where it's the Italian organized crime colluding with the Jewish organized crime.
Well, he's based on Ace Rothstein.
Yeah, he's like, I just love like his end scene where he's like, they wouldn't send me absentee ballots. Like, hey, me to vote.
It's such a smart ass. And again, like,
and they're like, what? They say your net worth is $350 million. What do you say?
I live on a pension.
You live on a pension.
I'm retired and I live on a pension.
Oh, and I was just like, again, time aspects of when the film was made. Like, he takes $2 million, or he makes Forehead Corleone bring $2 million to Cuba. That's worth like $22 million today, I think. Somewhere in that range. So I'm like, that's like big chunk of change, obviously.
Arnold Rothstein. Ace Rothstein is Robert De Niro's character in Casino. Arnold Rothstein was the real life gangster who Hyman Roth is based on. So I just...
And again, like we were just talking about The Sopranos, you know, another franchise that probably wouldn't exist without the Godfather movies.
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, even the Goodfellas or Casino probably...
Who was the security guard that Michael had with him when he went to Cuba? I forgot that guy's name.
I don't know.
But he was like... Maybe that's why I'm disappointed in Luca Brasi, because, again, Luca Brasi's feats are more talked about. Whereas you see that security guard, and this motherfucker takes care of business. Michael just nods to him. He's like, all right, shit's going down. He's just killing people and shit, just choking people out, making his way into the hospital, doing all sorts of, shenanigans. Gets shot, doesn't, it is what it is, but
that's life.
Yeah, that's the guy where I'm like, that's what I imagine Luca Brasi was doing in his old, before he was taken out. And that's why people, they're like, yeah, you stay away from that guy. She's like, he's scary. I'm like, yeah. This guy was like, I guess Michael's Luca Brasi. So, big ups to that security guy that sadly, I'm not going to say sadly passed away. He was killing people. I think he was trying to choke out Hyman Roth with a pillow right when he gets shot.
Oh, yeah.
When Hyman's having that heart attack he's been having for the last 20 years.
That guy, but if it's a guy with the hat.
Yeah, the guy with the hat.
Yeah, but that guy's like a straight assassin.
Yeah.
He's not just like muscle. He's like...
But he's my mafioso, like the silent strong type.
Silent but deadly.
as Tony Soprano would say.
Yeah.
The silent
What happened to the strong and silent type?
Yeah, that's the guy. That's
who
what I
does he
see.
use as an example?
I
What was
can't
it?
remember.
What happened to men like... Oh, it's a famous old guy from the 50s. Movie star. Damn it. Anyway, we'll move on. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But, yes.
Just, I think another fun fact was, I think in number 1, James Caan, when he comes and slaps the FBI camera.
Yeah.
He breaks it for real.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No, but they would have planned for it to break.
No, but I think whatever happened, he shouldn't have done that, but he broke the camera for real. I'm 90% sure that's the case in the scene.
No, but like the whole point was that he breaks the camera in the scene. So
I don't know what the go was. Maybe it's supposed to spot the camera out for another scene or something, but he literally broke an actual camera. That cost a lot of money.
But I love that scene where he like still throws the money. He's like, look, I'll rough you up, but there's like some sort of code.
The scene in the street where he's beating up the husband.
Oh, that's in Simpsons as well.
Yeah, that's
with the
another one.
trash can.
That's
classic.
I feel like they've done that in Seinfeld too.
Probably.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's
one of the best scenes of all time, but in the first movie where Michael has to assassinate the police captain and is it Solozzo?
Yeah, Solozzo.
Yeah,
The Turk.
so good, so tense. And there's like the train.
Yeah.
And then he goes in the bathroom, and then he shoots
can't
the guy,
find
and it's
the
like
gun
the red
initially,
mist, all the blood, and then it's so.
And he hangs around there a little bit too long.
Yeah, he like hesitates, and then and you're like, oh, what's gonna happen?
It's the small things in that scene too. Well, like he's struggling to speak Italian, so he kind of like, what's the word? Like, there's a little bit of like, let's just go back to English, and like it's the whole communication, and
there's no subtitles too, so
I had to look. I looked up I googled afterwards what was actually said, just because I was interested.
You don't really need to know.
You don't need to.
Like, you know that they're speaking Italian business.
Yeah, and it makes it more tense because instead of reading the subtitles, you're like looking at Michael's eyes, and he's like, you're
determining.
You can see his gears turning, and it's like, what's he gonna do? What's gonna happen? So good. Yeah,
and like again, just the fact that the three sons, kind of you see, Sonny's like hypocrisy of like, he tells his sister to shut up, but then his sister's like boyfriend or husband tells her to shut up. He's like, don't you talk to my sister like that?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I can do it. You can't.
It's just silly things.
Yeah, but again, they're all well-rounded.
Yeah,
very like
they're real
characters.
people. Aside from them being part of a mafia family, they're still real people. Like anyone has these kind of issues. If you're the second in line, you're the second brother, you get passed over for something.
Yeah, and it's the family business. It's just the business happens to be
crime. And Frito, for all his foreheady flaws, has been putting in. He's been putting in poorly. Whereas Michael is like, I'm going to college, I'm joining the military, and he's now finally come to put in.
That's the thing. Yeah,
yeah.
It's like Fredo was there the whole time in the organization.
I think to an extent as well in the second one, Fredo also gets a little bit unfairly ignored, or not maybe. Kind of like they sent him to Vegas, almost exile him, and he did his best in Vegas.
Yeah.
And he just feels like
he did his best. He was bagging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time.
I mean, as is his right.
Yeah.
But he got beaten up by Mo Green and no one looked after him.
He feels like he was doing his best.
Yeah.
Oh, how good's the baptism scene where they assassinate all the enemies?
Yeah, and he's like, no, I have to beat this baptism, so I have an alibi.
Yeah, and he's like, do you renounce Satan? And then
and all of his works, bang,
Oh my God, that's the coolest.
Yeah. And again, it's the hypocrisy too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, do you announce all of Satan's works?
Yeah.
And he's like, yes. And he's like, murders.
Even like Vito's hypocrisy of, we do the gambling, we do the girls, because
but no
that's
drugs.
old school, but no drugs. I'm like, sir, these girls are probably getting trafficked. With all due respect,
Yeah.
Let's not pretend.
It's like it was still seen as like
night or cleaner.
Yeah, it's like respectable. It's like,
people are losing their houses, livelihoods, and their homes.
Just like, I mean, but that's the thing. It's like there's still criminals.
That's fine. Women getting trafficked and all sorts of stuff, and sexual abuse. That's fine.
Like the mafia might have.
Like somebody touched a marijuana cigarette. Get them.
They might have a code of honor, but they're still gangsters.
Criminals.
They're still
another thing they stole pretty quickly from pretty much every other like mafia kind of storyline.
Yeah,
there's always that storyline. Even in Sopranos, we don't do the drugs. We don't do this. No drugs.
And then there's always one character who's
like, but that's where the money is.
Yeah, that's where the money is. Yeah.
Even in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Like he got into the drugs and he's like, don't get into the drugs, I told you.
Yeah. It's always, and that's the downfall.
Yeah.
Realistically, if you don't commit crimes, the likelihood of going to jail is much less. It's not zero. Much less.
Well, yeah, you'd hope if you didn't commit any crimes, you won't go to jail.
These days, you never know.
Well,
right?
especially depending where you are.
Yeah,
I mean, especially in America right now.
Yeah. You just,
But
it's
a pretty good kind of, prerequisite. If you commit crimes,
you know what? Actually, no, that goes the other way too. I feel like if I say the right things and I support the right people right now, I probably can do crime.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
It's good. Potentially a better environment for crime.
Well, I mean, it's if you're white and you have money, you can always get away with pretty much anything.
White and you got money, or you got friends with money, and you're willing to flip flop, you could become the vice president of the United States.
100%.
I mean. Yeah.
Not that I'm gonna, anyway. We might get to that in the future.
Yeah, no, we don't get bogged down into that.
But yeah, I mean that's what's great about The Godfather too. It's about America. It's about capitalism.
Yeah.
It's about, the American dream, quote unquote. It's about like, this, enterprise of crime and how it's so entwined with, the senator, I think in the second movie, who gets caught with the dead prostitute, and it's like, well, now they own him, the mafia owns him, and it's like, and even and he was like super racist to Michael or whatever,
The Corleone.
Yeah. And it's just like this whole, I mean, and we're seeing it now much more in the open.
Yeah.
Whereas I guess in The Godfather and some of those old movies and whatever, it's like it's romanticized. It's like there was a code of honor. There were men in suits. Yes, it was crime, but it was like respectable. Whereas now it's just out and out.
Yeah.
Like murder in the streets and, plain corruption.
Yeah, they're not doing it cleanly anymore. People want that romantic cleanness back. You're doing crime, but you're doing
Men
it
should
cleanly.
wear hats again.
That's it.
And smoke.
That's it.
Constantly.
We should wear suits everywhere we go and just chain smoke.
Suits that go up to your belly button.
Chain smoke in hospitals.
Like your suit pants that go up to your belly button.
Not wash our
suspenders.
hands.
Yeah. Just again, like the whole
When men were real men.
the whole hypocrisy of family is like the most important thing, and yet you are killing people. You are destroying families. Right?
Yeah.
It's just.
But it's not their family.
But it's not my family. Just that.
Exactly.
Two sides of that, and you just like, and they put it together, and it becomes some of, I guess, arguably the best cinema of all time.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like you don't need to have a good guys to be the main characters.
Yeah.
Like you still are interested in what's happening with these characters, and you kind of like rooting for them, even though.
Yeah.
Same with Sopranos or any kind of movie like that or show. Like the good guy, I think we've talked about recently with some movies where people seem to not understand that just because you're following these characters doesn't mean you approve of what they're doing.
No.
It's like just a story they're telling, and they're telling it from the quote unquote bad guy's point of view.
Yeah.
But he's also the protagonist.
And that's also how all fables work. You follow a character to learn a lesson.
Yeah, like a situation where your person is completely unlikable. You've probably done a bad job, unless, of course, in certain cases, I guess you have to make a character that's completely unlikable.
Well, yeah.
But in most cases,
I mean, it helps when you're following Al Pacino at his peak.
Yeah.
And the man was just, he's mesmerizing.
Yeah, because I saw at the start of the film, I'm like, wait, that's Al Pacino?
That is Al Pacino prime, sir.
Yeah. So there's different eras of Al Pacino.
Like, the younger Al Pacino I have seen is the cruising Al Pacino. Obviously, that's not that far off.
But that's still early.
Yeah, but I guess he's aged a little bit extra in that time,
like
right?
This is Godfather is Oscar-winning Al Pacino at his prime.
Yeah. Even then, he's
there's
like
also different
era. Was he?
Yeah, probably around that. But it's like there's different eras, like in the 70s, the 70s. Yeah, exactly. Once you get to Hua
era,
and then it becomes like yelling Al Pacino, which is what most people know.
When does yelling Al Pacino start? Is it the 90s?
Like 90. When was Scent of Woman? 92.
Yeah,
like that's when it kind of starts. And then
I need to rewatch Devil's Advocate.
He becomes and like in Heat, when he's like, she got a great ass. Have you seen Heat, Alan? All right, add that to your list. Add that to your list. Heat.
This is the see. Al Pacino's an interesting.
Clip James just be like, she's got a great
ass.
So Al Pacino's an interesting actor, because when he was a relatively young actor, he achieved the greatness, right? He achieved the peak, and so then it's like in the 90s he kind of he doesn't stop caring. But I guess he has more
peak. There's only down to go.
That's it, and I guess in a way he has more fun.
There are other actors who achieved like massive success in the 70s, but then like their performances continued to be
like De Niro.
Yeah, I mean, but whereas Pacino's performances later are still good. But his energy changed.
His energy changed.
Yeah.
He was like, Godfather was like serious actor mode. And then it's like you get into the 90s, he's got, hoo-wah, she got a great ass. He's like not coked up, but he's like, his...
That was remember the Seinfeld episode of the Soup Nazi. I don't ever tell you look like Al Pacino.
Did you, I know Callum watched it. Nathan, did you watch, oh my God, I'm blanking. Glenn Ross.
No, I haven't.
That's good Al Pacino, like 90s yelling Al Pacino. That's really good.
So, and the same thing with Robert De Niro. He's like peak in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's,
And that's the thing, like, it's very early roles for them as well, especially Robert De Niro. And he got bigger and bigger.
The man learned that dialect of Sicilian for the movie. Yeah. Like he was conversational while he was recording that movie. He could speak it. It wasn't just reading lines off of a page.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. He probably would have forgotten. But
I love the scene where it's you can tell it's a real American Italian when him, Clemenza, and who's the third person? They're sitting down at his table for dinner. This is like the prequel scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know what you're
young,
talking
like
about.
when they're young. Yeah.
Him, Clemenza, and I forget the other one.
Yeah, I'm forgetting.
But anyway, they're sitting down to dinner, and like even though they're eating like a pasta dish and it's full of carbs, they're still like real American Italians.
Got the bread.
They got bread.
Yeah, you dip the bread in the sauce.
You have to use the dip
Hey,
the bread
what-
in the sauce.
I mean,
I don't have it. I was gonna take one out of the freezer. I got a bread. I'm gonna have spaghetti and with bread tonight. Meatballs.
You can't waste a good sauce.
you can't waste good sauce, but like I don't know.
I get. You know what I do because I'm peak fat boy like Italian. Like I get 2 pieces of bread, one with the butter, so I can eat it while I'm eating the pasta, and then one with no butter. So after I'm finished, I can mop up the sauce.
Like I've seen the whole garlic bread with the pasta and pizza as well. Like it's just I don't know. Maybe we can't. Look at me saying something.
It's a sauce. It's a sauce thing. You don't have the bread because you have the pasta. You have it for the sauce.
As a brown man who's like half our dishes are like lentils and then like starchy vegetables like a potato and then you're eating it with flatbread. I'm like I'm
and
not
the rice.
I'm not casting the first judgment.
The rice
stone.
is carbs, and you got naan, and that's carbs.
I'm not casting the first keto thing here.
I mean,
It's not my fault that all the best foods are just super
Carbs, yeah.
yeah, look, no, I would do it myself. I'm not saying I'm above that. It's just
because the whole thing is the pasta doesn't soak up the sauce as well as the bread left over, right?
it's because it's also an aspect of cooking. That's what I'm saying. They just put the sauce on top.
That's and that's another great thing about The Godfather is, and that Sopranos and Goodfellas and other movies that
the sauce making scene.
the food and the family.
Yeah. There's a scene where they got the great big pot and he's like putting in the sausages and the meatballs and the
Clemenza's cooking.
When they're going down.
He's showing him how to cook.
Yeah.
He's like,
When
you put the wine.
Yeah, when they're hitting the mattresses.
Yeah.
During the war
And
scene,
that's another great thing is about The Godfather. Is like the movie opens with the wedding, and it's like this huge wedding where just everyone comes, and it's so well
and the singer
constructed.
and the singing.
Yeah. And that
Kay's like they got the singer.
The singer's
What?
based on Frank Sinatra because he had mob
Yeah.
connection.
Frank Sinatra had the mob ties.
Act like a man.
Yeah.
So good.
Why are you crying?
Yeah.
I love Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, I want to say, was he a terrible person? He did some good stuff too.
I mean,
He refused to play for segregated audiences.
that's the thing. It's like Sammy Davis Jr. Like he helped Sammy Davis Jr. Like this is, I guess, it's the same thing.
I guess the whole thing.
People are complicated.
People are complicated, and that's
Yeah.
reflected in this movie.
Yeah.
And close enough to real life, I guess, because we know
100%.
people like that. Yeah.
But I wanted to mention a couple things. One,
Couple of 3 things.
couple 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. 6, 7. Oh Jesus! I've brain rotted. See, this is why old movies are better because they were before brain rot.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I talking about?
You had a
I'm gonna
couple of
mention
things.
a couple of 3 things.
Oh yes, Fredo, John Cazale, who plays Fredo.
The only movies he was in,
he made five.
He died pretty young, didn't he?
He made 5 movies,
and weren't they all like Oscars?
Yeah, listen to this. He made 5 movies.
Dog Day Afternoon.
In this order, he had The Godfather, The Conversation, The Godfather Part II, Dog Day Afternoon, and The Deer Hunter. All those in a row.
And all peak cinema.
They were the only movies he made. All greatest movies of all time level. All Oscar nominated, whatever. And then he passed away.
Yeah.
Cancer, I think.
But the dude had a mad run.
He's so good. Such an incredible. I mean, the whole movie is full of incredible actors, but when you've got so many great actors and then you've got John Cazale and you're like, oh, that guy is so good. It's like just a testament to, and because he only did 5 movies and then passed away, it makes it even more kind of special.
Yeah.
So
no misses, only hits.
yeah. So you can only imagine what his career would have been like.
And Dog Day Afternoon, that's also a very radical movie for its time in some ways. Like it holds up better today, maybe. Like I would say it was.
I think but the 70s with the new Hollywood wave, that's when movies started to be more. So it's just part of that era. But that's a great
specifically,
movie.
that's a movie where there's lots of
there's some there's some
LGBT inclusive themes, and like for that time is quite
100%. And they treat it.
They treat it seriously with respect.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's an incredible movie.
And I'm like, that kind of movie with that kind of storytelling and just amazing.
Yeah. Also, the other thing I wanted to mention for The Godfather.
That was also Al Pacino.
Yeah.
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 And cruising. Al Pacino's an ally, damn it.
The other thing about Godfather I wanted to mention was the cinematography, because one of the greatest looking films of all time, Gordon Willis, who did the photography, incredible. But one thing I love about it is, like, Gordon Willis was known as the Prince of Darkness because he shot all his scenes like really dark.
But you can still see what's going on.
Exactly. But it's not like dark as in how movies today are shot, where just everything is flat grey and you can barely see what's going on. It just means like his shadows were pure black. And then he highlighted what you needed to see. And like he would shoot up against windows, which usually you're not supposed to do. He silhouette.
The man did what he wanted, damn it.
Yeah, and it looks incredible. And I just think it's just one of the most amazing looking pieces of art ever in the history of art, not
also,
just cinema.
Highlighting what you just said, you watched the disc. Does your player have the Dolby Vision capability?
No.
The Dolby Vision grade on these movies is fantastic.
Yeah.
It looks... I noticed the difference because I watched... One of my discs skipped for whatever reason, so I put it in the PlayStation.
Okay.
And I noticed the difference between the Dolby Vision grade and the standard HDR grade. The Dolby Vision was a lot better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one thing as a physical media collector, even though I don't have the ability to watch Dolby Vision at the moment.
If you do...
I always make sure the disc has Dolby Vision, because sometimes they'll release a 4K in the US, for argument's sake, and it will just have HDR10 or 10 plus or whatever. And then they'll release it in the UK and it'll have HDR10 and Dolby Vision. It's like, okay, well, I'm definitely getting the UK version.
Like, if you're getting the Dolby Vision one, you're not missing anything. You're only playing stuff you can't play yet, right? You're still getting
exactly
the HDR10 late, like if you can't play the Vision.
Yeah, I can still play the movie and watch it, and then when I watch it again,
and I noticed
my proper setup.
And I did notice a big difference between the Dolby Vision and the standard HDR when I switched to my non-Dolby Vision player. And the Dolby Vision grade is fantastic.
The great thing about like The Godfather is like, and Francis Ford Coppola movies is like when when they came out on DVD, they looked pretty good, and then they restored them for Blu-ray and they looked amazing, and then they re-restored them again for 4K, and it's like incredible.
Even the restored, I don't know how much they restored the soundtrack. This soundtrack was amazing, especially on the second one.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Amazing score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Any other final thoughts before we wrap it up, boys? Alan?
No.
How was your cinematic journey, Alan?
You're one step closer to your cinephile...
Can you please rate these on Letterboxd?
I will rate them.
You need to update your Letterboxd.
You don't even have to rate them. You just have to log them, because you don't log anything you watch, and you don't watch that many movies. So all you have to do is log it. So at least you can always go back later and write a review or
just log it. Just log it.
Because the biggest benefit I think I'm having with this is I'm also using my home theater.
Oh man, you watched it on the big screen. You watched it on the projector screen.
Yeah, but I didn't have the audio. I had just my headphones.
Oh, that's fine.
The headphones,
but still, watching this on the big screen.
Yeah.
I'd say, if I'd have known, I would have lent you the disc so you can watch the first one in the big 4K instead of just the 1080p. I'm still look good.
So I'm going to start a list of films, and I'm like, what I'll do is like, you'll be my library.
What we'll do,
or I'll just come and rent a film.
What we'll do is James has got some here. We've got some at Mount. I recently got the Conversation on 4K.
Yeah.
We'll get you that one.
Yeah.
And James can probably pick out half a dozen Apocalypse Now versions he's got.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have to watch Redux, the longest version, which people would argue is not the best version, but I would argue they're wrong.
Like, you never know.
I think I agree with James on this. The Redux version is the best version to watch.
Yeah, like you never know with life and stuff, like, when you might have to move around or sell the house or something. So I'm like, I'm going to make sure I use this damn cinema. Because like it was to a lesser extent.
Take advantage of it.
Like, like my last house had a spa tub, and I never used it before we sold it. Like, I probably should have had at least one spa bath in it. And I'm like,
one day the boys will come back over to Alums and watch the projector. One day.
Yeah.
One day. We'll have a good time.
No, we'll hook you up with some discs. If you're using your projector system again, I'd rather you watch the discs.
Yeah.
Between us all, we probably have whatever you need to watch.
That's
all
true.
Right?
So again, it'll be like a library system. I'll be like, all right, I'm borrowing this now. I'm returning this.
Also, we've been doing that for years too. You probably still have some discs that you have.
I still have the Ulysses cut, which I need to put in.
The Waterworld.
Yeah.
And I've just stayed at Alan's house for a couple of years.
That's been years.
And now, more recently, I've got Back to the Future.
Oh,
just
very
sitting at my
nice.
place.
Yeah, he's got the 4K set.
So that was a good experience, like having to watch that through the discs. It was quite nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I reckon that's all the time we got for tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to our Godfather special.
Mm-hmm.
You can catch the Tuesday review on some of the social media stuffs, mostly Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Newsmaster, and Blue Sky, and YouTube at Tuesday Review AU.
Mm-hmm.
We're on Letterboxd. I'm Nathan B_90.
I'm Alum20.
I'm channeldrifter.
Please rate, review, subscribe, do all you can to support us as we enter the new year.
5-star review.
We'll make an offer you can't refuse, You subscribe and we give you good content.
That's it. Pretty much. That's all we can do.
Hopefully 2026 is our year. So
well, I think we just need to continue building because we had a big 2025.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll hear from...
I think we like 2024, 2025, we were sort of building and then we sort of plateaued a little bit.
A little bit.
So I think hopefully 2026 we have some time.
We got to keep building. Look, me and Alum have some more spare time this year, ideally.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So we'll definitely get on to some shenanigans.
So stay tuned.
Adios, cousins.